All right. So we're going to have more of a discussion. Now, I've played some D&D games. I even tried one campaign.
Was that the
But
one forever ago?
yeah, Rob's House.
Oh damn, that's been freaking forever. Holy crap.
So the discussion that I think is pretty interesting is in Baldur's Gate, as you now I'm going ahead and I'm messing all my words up. In D&D games, they're meant for difficulty. So I always approached D&D style games as JRPGs, where you just try to outlevel your opponent and just steamroll through the story, which doesn't work.
Nope.
Because as you level, your opponents also level.
Your RNG sucks.
Yeah. Well, I just even mean like, the first Dragon Age stuck heavily to the D&D rules. So there was no out leveling, like potions kept becoming scarce, and I wasn't able to finish the game because I was like, oh, I'll just max out my level.
Nope.
And just roll through the opponents. No, because even the tiny spiders that I was fighting were matching level with me.
Mm-hmm.
So this article is from IGN. And there's been a lot of discussion. They say there's been a lot of discussion in the Baldur's Gate 3 community about intersection of long rest, missable quest, and quest progression. Now, apparently, if you rest too much, like characters in a city are leaving, or someone is time sensitive to go help, they're dying.
Which it's interesting. I'll give them that. It's definitely an interesting take on long rests because long rests are usually when you usually do long rests at the end of your sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So HP, etc. But them doing this where you can miss out on shit, it's kind of immersive. I kind of like it, but also.
Well, yeah, like if you take up a quest to save someone, if you decide, fuck it, I'm going to sleep for 2 days. Well, yeah, there's the potential of that person dying.
I get that. It's just an interesting take because I don't think it's being well received, if I'm remembering correctly.
Well, I mean, D&D games were never meant for the faint of heart when it comes to role playing.
I get that. It's interesting nonetheless. That like you rest too long, you fuck off. Then you wake up and people are dead. They left.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting choice.
I mean, like you come up to you're supposed to meet someone at a village. You decide to stop outside that village and rest for 2 days. I mean, yeah, that person went, oh, fuck off. I'm going to move to the next city. I love it for that. That's why, like, I'm excited to get in and play this game. So,
never chatted about having sex with a bear.
Oh my God, no. If I can skip past that part, fine. But we have, for instance, one player reported a situation with an early quest involving a druidic ritual they wanted to stop. They claimed they went off to do some other things, but when they came back, the ritual had completed and they weren't given a chance to stop it. Multiple other users replied, suggesting the player may have taken too many long rests. Well, everyone talks about my immersion.
Right, my immersion.
My immersion. You can't look. That's the best Larian can do for giving you your immersion. I mean, like,
okay.
What do you, as an actual D&D player, I should say? Because, like, I can say I'm a D&D player, but I've only ever played Baldur's Gate games. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you have done actual, like, character sheets and roles and
nerd life.
So they go on to say, but is that really what's going on? We checked in with Larian Studios to see if long rests do, in fact, progress the clock forward. And this was their reply. It's not about how many long rests you take, but when you choose to take a long rest, you can have an effect. Or when you take a long rest can have an effect. For instance, if you enter a town and see an inn on fire and you immediately decide to go to bed, that may have consequences.
That's fair. It's more like you fucked off, the shit burned down.
Yeah.
Fair enough. As far as from a D&D player perspective, it's actually a pretty cool feature. Like, it has consequences, just like if you did this shit IRL.
So, well, here, Steve, now that you have a PC, Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 came out in the early 2000s. You might actually be able to stream those.
Twitch?
We get you.
Not Twitch, Steam?
Yeah, that's where I bought my copies.
Put that on the near future list that I have starting to make a near future list.
Yeah, but they go on to say from the answer from Larian leaves one unanswered question: what's happening? Then, with all those people reporting quests moving forward without their input, the answer varies based on the situation. But in most cases, it sounds like players are completing other quests elsewhere that are then influencing events elsewhere in the world. I think a lot of people have just grown to accustomed to the whole JRPG thing, where you just take on this big long list of quests and then you just start knocking them all out one by one, but the world doesn't move forward as you're playing.
Yep. Let's look at Final Fantasy. All this shit going on. Let me grind real quick, like in the OG7.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Yeah, like all the memes we see on social media about JRPGs where like the world's burning, but you're just off in the distance with a fishing rod.
That Futurama one was Zap Brannigan.
Yeah.
I came as soon as I could. Meanwhile, I'm being Chocobo breeder. All that shit.
So this additionally, it's worth pointing out that moving from Act 1 to Act 2 will automatically complete most possible Act 1 events and make it impossible to backtrack and pick up those dropped threads.
Fail.
So, if you beelined your way through the first act, then wondered why you missed stuff back in Emerald Grove, that's likely the reason. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the immersion. Things move on. If there's things there, maybe other people got it, maybe monsters got it, you know. It's like they say, the unstoppable march of time.
Which might actually correct people into actually doing quests instead of just fucking off.
I like this. I like this.
Not like penalizing them, but like, hey, if you don't do this, you're gonna miss out on X, Y, A, B, C through X, Y, Z.
Yeah. Cool. This is. I am now more excited than ever to dive into Baldur's Gate 3, and I know you and Rob cannot wait for a chance to make fun of me because I do not know D&D rules.
Oh hell yeah!
Like I'm waiting to see you guys screaming at your screen that I'm putting points into a stat that has nothing to do with my character. Like, oh, I got a warrior. Let me give him just a little more intelligence so he's not such a dumbass.
First I war that so I can sit there.
You cut out, dude. I couldn't hear the rest of that joke.
I said, hurry up and finish God of War.
Oh, I am. I'm steaming right through it. I'm going to roll straight through it, much like I'm going to try and roll through Baldur's Gate 3. I'll try to take up stuff that, you know, only progresses and builds my character. But, oh my God, I cannot wait to play Baldur's Gate 3 now.